Welcome to the Lavish Leader, Unveiling Wisdom, a podcast by the Lavish Group. We are a community of powerful leaders and creators. Each one of us is on a different path and from a different background, but we all embody aspects of what it means to truly live a lavish life. And we are here to share our stories. I'm your host, Dr. Erin Martin. Welcome back for the part 2 of this series on the power of your word. Today, we are going to talk about asking for what you need. Just to recap, in the first part of this series, in part 1, we talked about mastering the use of our words, the immaculate, impeccable word that we use to direct energy and love ourselves. And we talked about the power of no, the 3 possible responses, yes, no, and maybe, and opportunity cost. Getting very clear on what you desire so that you can make decisions about your next steps, your next actions, and what you say yes or no to with the measuring stick of whether it's going to bring you closer to what it is you truly desired or not. So if you haven't listened to that one, please go back to the part 1 of this series, The Power of Your Word, and listen to that. And today we are continuing with that idea, part of the voice and love of self ribbons in the Lavish framework. And so here we go. All right. Asking for what you need, using our words, using our voice. The power that comes with becoming masterful with your words requires the use of your innate intelligence. And I'm not talking about a conditioned, I'll do it all myself mindset. We are all, believe it or not, natural born leaders. It is this intelligence that we must summon. Whether or not you see yourself as a leader, or you may see yourself most definitely as a follower, let someone else lead. Each of us was given everything we could ever need to, at the very least, lead our own life. Now, if you're a high achiever like I am, then you may know exactly what I'm talking about. I'll do it all myself. For many people, including myself, is a trauma response. It's a power play to be in control. I have used every excuse in the book to keep this ridiculous track playing, from I'm the CEO to I don't have time to explain it to you, them, or anyone, from I want it done right to I don't trust that anyone else sees my vision exactly as I do, and all sorts of other things in between there. And here's the thing, all of those might be true, but so what? We have to ask for what we need. Ask for what you need with your words. Become a master communicator. Communicating is not just about the action of speaking, though. It's about how you say those words, the order, the intonation, the energy and emotion contained in them, and the intention behind them. Now, there are a million different courses you can take about being a communicator. In fact, I think you can probably get a PhD from Harvard in it. But choosing your words with precision and then delivering them powerfully is key. And it doesn't take a PhD to learn how to do this and understand. It just takes practice. There is a big difference between being a master communicator and being a drill sergeant. Wouldn't you agree? So asking for what you need is a playground and a classroom all at the same time. Enrolling someone else in your vision, whether this is a vision for your life, for your business, for your relationship, for your legacy, or even if it's just a vision for you, for like how you want your day to roll out or how you want the deal to go down, these all require both skill and practice. And it requires that you let go of the preciousness of exactly how that vision is going to ultimately manifest. You've got to be more flexible than what might have been your past modus operandi. And keep in mind, always, the end goal, which, by the way, might change. It might morph. How you get there doesn't matter so much. It really doesn't. There are a million different ways to skin a cat, other than perhaps you would like it to be fun, maybe even joyful, but quick and easy is never a guarantee. I'm very sorry to tell you that. Life is full of diversions and sidetracks, as we all know, but they are all useful and they all lead us to exactly where we are going, because no matter what those may have been, here you are, correct? How could it be any other way? Wherever you go, there you are, as the saying goes. All of these seemingly annoying, frustrating, or even heartbreaking side roads always lead us back to the one supremely important and vitally necessary place: you. It is all only about you. Every last ounce, every last second, every decision. So don't worry so much about the how. At least loosen your grip a little bit and free yourself and those in your atmosphere from the micromanaging and the belief that you need to control everything. And it might be not so much about control for you. It may be less about control and more about not wanting to burden anyone. I've heard that one too. It's time to knock that off. You are depriving others of the beauty of giving and of the use of their God-given gifts and talents. And I'm sorry, but that's cruel. Do you realize that people want to help you? It's true. Let them. In fact, when you ask someone to help you, it is really giving them an opportunity to give, to expand, to practice something they need or even want to practice. Do you realize this? Really, asking someone is really giving them an opportunity. Be generous with your requests. Let opportunity abound in your life, not just coming to you, but coming from you. You are worthy of their time, their energy, their gifts, and they are worthy of providing them to you. Let yourself receive. For some people, I know maybe you were taught or you believe that asking for help shows weakness, neediness, or a lack of intelligence even. I used to think that letting anyone know that I didn't have the answer or didn't know how to do something meant that I was a fraud, that it diminished my expertise, and that I was lazy. I get it. Asking for something from someone else is vulnerable, but do it anyway. Make the big ask. Share your vision. Tell people about what you are trying to accomplish and what you see the outcome as being. Tell them how the end game would feel to you and to those whom it would affect. Help them to not only see your vision, but to feel it too. This is a very potent way to begin your ask. And it's very, very effective. I've learned through many years of trial and error, I might add, that even a short minutes spent sharing my desire for the day with my husband before we both jet off to work provides us both with so much more clarity, peace, and sense of connection. Not to mention that it allows us both to sync our superpowers and offload aspects of our day to the other person who might be better at it. They might have more time, or they may even have a greater desire to do it than I do. I cannot count the number of times that my husband has had a better idea about how to do something, when to do it, or even a completely different alternative that I didn't even think about. Yes, please. Hallelujah. And that's just on the everyday stuff. When you do this on a larger scale, when you have a team or a committee or a group of people, a community, and you make the ask for what you need and you enroll other people in your vision, then an entire new universe can open up to you. Now, you can do this with your partner, as I said, your kids, your colleagues, your boss, and your teammates. First, you enroll them in your vision, and then you recruit them to help you out. Tell them how they can help you. Ask them if they are willing to. And if they aren't able to, don't make it mean anything. Move on and find someone else. Remember that they may be protecting their yeses too, and that is no problem. But if they're in, then hey, heck yeah, receive it. So this is your practice. Ask and receive. Wash, rinse, and repeat. Ask and receive. Do it until you've laid down a new track that is here to stay. And I'm talking about you need a new neural pathway. If you've been conditioned in any of those things that we talked about, and I can do it myself, or controlling, not burdening others, or being weak, or lack of intelligence, or being needy, any of those things that you've been conditioned in, you've got to lay down some new pathways. So you make the ask. You do it anyways, no matter if you feel vulnerable or you have all of these excuses that we can actually make up the answer for other people before we even ask them. Oh, I bet they're too busy. Oh, I heard him say that they're going out of town. Oh, this, oh, that. No, ask it anyways. You never know what is going to be created from an ask. It's going to get easier. And you will very soon see that not only are you more effective in your life in general, but that you are powerfully masterful at communicating and getting stuff done. So the entire process from getting the vision to making the ask, from delegating to altering the plan, which happens, from changing course to achieving the goal, is all one big game of giving and receiving on all parts. You, them, the universe, all of it. This is how we co-create. And it's not selfish. It's how life works. It is the beauty of why we are in community, in tribe, all of it. It's time to get on board and get yourself, your highest self, in the flow. I hope you're understanding this. I really do. It's so, so powerful. So here's the truth. We've talked about a lot of things in this series, and I just want to recap the most potent things for you to remember. First off, your words hold incredible power. What you value is valuable. It is so very valuable. You need to be crystal clear on what it is you desire, what you hold valuable, and what you are moving forward to create so that you can use the power of your word to keep you in alignment with that highest vision for yourself. Here's one that is so important. You are under no obligation to do anything for anyone. Let me repeat that. You are under no obligation to do anything for anyone, even if you have said yes before. Things change, plans change, life changes. What you really do want to make sure, though, is that you are in integrity with yourself and with the other person or the other party involved. If you have committed or said yes to something that you see is no longer in alignment or that is going to cause you or anybody else a hardship in order to do it, in order to stay in integrity with yourself and the other person, you need to have the conversation that, I know that I committed to this, but I'm no longer able to do that. And I apologize for that, but it's not going to be a possibility. And see what needs to be created in order to pass that opportunity along to somebody else. But remember, obligation is a man-made concept. It is not something that you have to subscribe to. All right, next. Not everyone needs to be helped. Oftentimes, as we have said previously in the series, is that we may say yes to things because we have the expertise, the knowledge, or the ability to help someone else. Sometimes people ask for help, and sometimes we just see that they need help and that we may have something that they could use, and we insert ourselves. Not everyone needs to be helped. Sometimes helping someone is actually hindering them. And you may be able to see it. They also may not be able to see it. They may be begging for your help. And that may be from a learned sense of helplessness that they have. It may be for a codependent reason. But for instance, if you're seeing patterns where people are always having to reach out to other people to kind of make it through life in a way that is not growth oriented, if I can say that, all of this helping might actually be hindering them from having to get the resources, use their own tools, and make their own decisions. So really keep that in mind. Now, you don't have to analyze that either. Most of the time, I would say, if you are making the decision of the yes or the no from that place of what's aligned with you or not, everything else is really a moot point, because what is good for you is ultimately good for everybody else. If that decision is being made from a place of attunement to that higher self. But because our minds want to analyze everything, I want you to know not everyone needs to be helped. And sometimes helping someone is actually hindering them and helping them to stay stuck where they are. The greatest gift you can give other people truly is permission to help themselves. That is love. Also remembering that sometimes helping someone else is hindering you. So keep that in mind. And you can't control other people no matter how hard you try. Saying no to something or even saying yes to something else, it might upset some people. What other people say about you is none of your business. You can't control what they're going to do. If they're going to be mad, they're going to be mad. If they're going to say something about you, they're going to say something about you. You stay in your own lane. You do your own thing. You keep yourself in alignment and in integrity with yourself by the immaculateness and the impeccability of your own word. All right. Here's a really important one. There are very few once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. Do not fall for that. Things come back around. Maybe not in the exact same form. Maybe things look a little different, but there are enough possibilities and opportunities for your entire lifetime and more. So don't fall for that. Remembering that every no is a yes to something and vice versa. Your words hold the key to opportunity for you and for others. Asking and receiving is giving the generous gift of opportunity to someone else. Lastly, and to sum everything up, you are way more effective and powerful, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, when you co-create with others and the universe intentionally. I hope that you have enjoyed this little mini series on the power of your word. And I hope that you will take this information and put it into action in your own life, even if it's just one small thing. Where can you start accessing the power of your word? Where can you be more impeccable with your word about yourself? Maybe it is that you make it a policy that you don't gossip. Maybe that you keep your negative thoughts and your negative words only to solution-oriented conversations, but not anything for negativity's sake. Use the power of your no to protect your yeses. And remember those 3 possible responses. Yes, it takes you closer to your values. No, which is a complete answer, by the way. Move away, move on. Or maybe you need more time. Be patient and take the time that you need to come to a yes or a no. Those are your 3 possible responses. Look at things that are coming up for you from the position of an opportunity cost. That might be really, really helpful. And lastly, where can you ask for what you need? Where can you share your vision and enroll others in it and ask for help and recruit others to help you in that vision? Whether that's for a big project, a legacy, launching a business, creating something new, or maybe it's just what you need to have a conversation with your partner and your kids as you create your day to have a wonderful experience. And remember to repeat, repeat, repeat. You are laying down new pathways. You are creating new patterns in your nervous system to create a new life that you love, a lavish life. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Also, remember that you can find some wonderful resources on my website, drerinmartin.com/resources, in particularly my 5 pillars for power and purpose is a mini course that will really help you get clear on your desires, using your voice, and finding your superpowers. So please take a look at that, and I will see you again here on our next episode of The Lavish Leader. The Lavish Leader, Unveiling Wisdom is brought to you by Dr. Erin Martin and the Lavish Group. To find out more about Dr. Erin and how you can create and embody a lavish life for yourself, visit thelavishgroup.com. And don't forget to search for Lavish Leader in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts, or anywhere else podcasts are found. And click subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. On behalf of the team here at the Lavish Group, thanks for listening. And remember, you too can live a lavish life of fulfillment, beauty, and love.